Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm continuing the camp series and today I'm going to be showing you things that if I was going back I would pack. I definitely packed a lot of the wrong stuff. I looked at like different things on YouTube, what other people took, and our camp sent us like a little packing list, and to be honest I packed totally the wrong stuff. So I thought I'd share with you what I took with me and what I wish I would have taken with me, and just giving you some tips on what you should bring. I'm going to start off with shoes. So for me, I didn't take Crocs. I took Birkenstocks, like the plasticky Birkenstocks, and I, about 3 weeks in, bought myself some Crocs. Now everybody at camp will have Crocs. You will feel so left out if you don't have them, and honestly they changed my life. Like my Birks were fine but they weren't like the comfiest, but Crocs, I don't know, I never really found a pair that fit my feet, but I bought these whilst I was out in America. They're the junior size 4 Crocs, and they are literally perfect. So if you've got quite narrow feet I would recommend junior Crocs. Your kids, I will say this, this happened at my camp. My kids came for me when I first got Crocs and had fake gibbets. Like in one of the malls when I got my Crocs, they had like there was like just random little stall selling some gibbets for literally like $1 a gibbet, and I was like, oh yes, I'll grab some. My girls were like so savage about the fact that I had like fake gibbets, but you know, we move. But yes, I would highly recommend having Crocs because I literally got these and I don't think I put a pair of trainers on unless I was told that I had to have some on for a activity or something. I actually couldn't imagine life without a pair of Crocs. So 1,000,000% take your Crocs. I took some Air Forces and then I took some Gamma Force Nike trainers with me. My Air Forces were just kind of like everyday like use, and then my Gamma Force was supposed to be like my nicer pair of shoes, but all of the pathways and everything at camp are like gravel tracks, so your shoes get destroyed, and I have proof of this. These are the Air Forces that I took to camp with me. You can see that they're pretty destroyed, and not in the best of condition, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they just have this like yellow tint to them now because of all like the gravel tracks. This is what a lovely fresh pair of Air Forces look like. So you can see that there's like a significant difference, and camp literally destroyed my shoes. So don't take any that you don't want to get damaged, because they honestly will. They will never come back the same again. And then for us, we had a really rainy camp season, especially in the beginning. So Timberlands were like a must. I don't even know if they're waterproof, but they were just like good strong shoes to have for when it was like just not the best weather. Most of the time you'll wear sunglasses, but I would recommend taking some form of hat. It is like so bright and sunny, which is glorious, and I loved it, but there were times when I was like desperate for a hat just to keep like it out of my eyes here, because your sunglasses are fine but there's always that bit of light coming through. So just like a basic black hat. I mean, this has been under my bed. This one's from Primark. This is not the one that I took to camp. I took a Nike one, but just a plain black hat from like Primark or something will be fine. My favourite word to say is slay, and like all my girls loved it too, and I ended up finding this hat in New York when I was travelling that said slay era on it. So if you go onto my Instagram, you'll basically just see this hat everywhere because I like lived in it. Let's talk bags, because I feel like as a girl it kind of gets a bit tricky, because like there might be a day where I'm having a day off and I'm wearing a summer dress and I'm not going to want a bum bag with that, you know. So let me give you a little mixture of things that I would recommend taking. I would absolutely definitely recommend taking some sort of bum bag. I took my little Lululemon one with me, and it was a little bit tight sometimes when I tried to put like everything I kind of wanted in there, but most of the time it was fine. I will say you can fit a lot of stuff in this little bag. I used this basically everywhere I went. Like this was like, I would literally have died without my bum bag. I put my passport in there, power banks, my phone, a lip gloss of course, my purse, like my money and stuff. I would have tablets, a little period pad in there, whatever I needed. Like there was always stuff in here, it was always around, but like it was fine, it was perfect. I did actually get the Uniqlo one for Christmas because I'm hoping to do some more travelling within the next few years, and I asked for this one specifically because I've seen that you can fit like a ridiculous amount of stuff in it. So I would definitely have a look on TikTok at this one, but this one was you can see the size difference, and this Lululemon one was big enough for me to have just like my essentials. Like I also took my passport out with me everywhere and stuff because we're in hostels, so it didn't feel like the safest to leave it, you know, lying about. Whereas when we were in like a hotel or somewhere a bit safer that might have had a safe, then it was a bit different. But I literally had like everything that I always necessarily didn't want to leave behind on me at all times in this bag. I also took my white Kate Spade bag with me. This is literally just the perfect shoulder bag, white or black, like it goes with everything. Just a little shoulder bag is an essential, especially because you'll end up going on like meals out and shopping trips, and like on your days off you're not gonna want to have a bum bag. You're gonna want to feel a little bit dressed up because you've just spent however long rocking like shorts and a t-shirt, and you just kind of want to feel a bit nicer. So I would definitely recommend just taking any shoulder bag. Most of the girls had like another bag that was kind of just like one that they could sling on their shoulder, or like a crossbody that was a bit nicer than a bum bag. So would definitely recommend. Also, if you're worried about like fitting in your suitcase and stuff, just stuff it full of your socks. Put your socks or your underwear or something that will fit in the bag, put it in there. The bag will keep its shape, and it's literally the same storage, like it's fine. And I actually bought this whilst I was out there, and it actually became like a must-have. Like I actually wouldn't have survived without it. I got this quite large tote bag actually when I was on one of our mall trips. Most of our days off were to the mall, which to be honest was a bit dangerous for me and my spending, but I loved it. And I had bought quite a lot, and I was like, actually yeah, let me get a tote bag. It was like $10. I ended up having an overweight suitcase every single time I flew somewhere when I was travelling, so it was perfect to just throw like the overweight stuff in there. And then I also have my backpack. You were allowed both on the plane, that you didn't have to pay extra or anything. So that was fabulous. I'm glad that I had that. But also for like if we went to the beach on like, I know when we were in Charleston, we went to the beach, so we just threw every like towels and stuff in my tote bag. Or like when we were on the cruise, if we wanted some stuff with us, just took the tote bag, you know. So we'd either take one with you or buy one whilst you're out there. I absolutely could not have survived without my tote bag. And then wash bag wise, I would say a clear bag is definitely going to be handy, because when you're opening your suitcase in different locations or even at camp, it's just easier to be able to see everything straight away without like rummaging. So I got these from Amazon, and they are definitely like a must have. You can get them in like all different sizes as well. They don't have to be this big, or they can be bigger. But yeah, definitely a clear bag. A bit similar to this one that I got for Christmas this year. This is from TK Maxx. It's one of those like hanging ones, but everything inside is still clear. So I know you can get one from Stackers that I also have, where this part like actually unclips. It's quite heavy, but this is really lightweight, and it's got like these mesh bags and stuff, so it's kind of easier to like hang up in a hostel shower or something rather than trying to like carry everything. So those would be the kind of two things that I would recommend the most when it comes to taking like toiletries and stuff. This is like all folded up now, but I also had this little bag. It actually had my name on it. I got this actually gifted to me from Rehab, the hair care brand, and they had my name on it, but it was actually perfect. I put all my medicine in there, and I knew it was mine because it had my name on it. At camp you had to like you either had to hand all of your medication in, or you were allowed to keep it, but you had to put it in your lockbox. So I would say if you've kind of got a lot of medication, then you're going to have to hand it in, and it's going to have to be labelled. So try and get something that kind of has your name in it, or is like very recognisable that it's yours, because they will just put like a box out of everyone's medicine at every meal. I'm also extremely clumsy and like for some reason accident prone, so having a first aid kit was actually genius. I will say I feel like for me I used just the plasters out of this more than anything. Like I didn't really use any of the other stuff. There were some antiseptic wipes in there which did come in handy. I mainly suffered the most of like blisters, but for some reason they just was like really bad blisters or bug bites. And I think there were a couple of times where I may have just like injured myself, so like it was good to have a little first aid kit. It also made me just feel a bit happier, like if something was to happen and I need to like patch myself up, then I'm gonna be fine, because I know how accident prone I am. Now you don't have to get ones as expensive as these. I worked very hard and I got my yearly bonus, so I chose to spend some of it on a nice pair of noise cancelling headphones. These are the Bose ones, and they cost me roughly about £200 to £300 I think. But let me tell you, noise cancelling headphones when you're travelling is life changing. Okay, absolutely life-changing. I put them on and it's just peace and quiet. It's lovely. But we had some flights where there was kids, like my entire flight home from America, there was a family, and like I have nothing against kids on planes or anything like that. Their kid was just extremely distressed on the plane and like literally screamed for like the first hour of the flight until it just wore itself out and went to sleep. So having noise cancelling headphones was very nice for that experience. I felt so bad for them because people were like making like noises like shut your kids up and stuff, and they were doing their best, but you know, this was one of those situations. We had one flight, it was only like a couple hours. Lily had just her AirPods. I was very fortunate for these on this flight. There was like a little like yappy dog, and it like yapped the whole way. So that was quite good for having noise cancelling. So if you can get noise cancelling, I would definitely recommend. I would also have some sort of like AirPod or something like that, like a little, like a smaller version of your, like even if they're just like plug-in earphones, they don't have to be anything fancy. I found that like when I first got to camp and stuff, I was very, very, very homesick. So for me, I just kind of put my earphones in when I came to bedtime, because in the first week we were allowed our phones in the bunks. So I just kind of put some of my earphones in and listened to a podcast. Shout out to the girls' bathroom, because they actually comforted me so much somehow when I was like getting used to being out there. I put some music on, or even just listening to like a sleep story. Like it's easy to kind of like drift off when there's kind of a bit of a distraction, rather than laying there in silence like I miss my parents kind of thing. So yeah, I would try and find noise cancelling, but also maybe take some AirPods or just like plug in like earphones for sure. Okay, so onto like all the clothing, because I feel like the clothing is where I struggled the most and definitely packed incorrectly. So I went to Primark and I must have bought like 20 t-shirts. Like I was told that you're gonna need all these t-shirts, you're gonna wear them at camp, but they're gonna get destroyed. That is just like the furthest thing from the truth for our camp anyway. I went to Camp Tippinall, so please also keep in mind everything is different for everybody's camps. I do wish that I took more of my favourite shorts with me. Ones that I wore the most and absolutely love are these Nike ones. They're literally just like Nike shorts. Nothing overly fancy about them. They're super lightweight, like they don't weigh anything. Super duper comfy, and they're very flattering to wear. So I would highly recommend getting yourself just as many pairs of these little Nike shorts as you can. Then another pair of shorts that I liked, because these were also a bit longer lengthwise, so I was a bit more comfortable in these, especially at camp, were these pink Lululemon shorts. They have a zip up pocket on the side as well, so it was actually kind of great if you had like a little room key or something to put in the little pocket of the short. But they were definitely like my two favourite shorts. The like dry fit style ones, if they get wet then it's fine kind of thing, rather than like a denim short. I literally just lived in these. Swimwear wise, it's really dependent on your camp. Some camps are stricter than others. Our camp allowed us to wear bikinis. There was a time where like all the girls were sat down and were like, guys, please remember you're working with children. So I would say a little bikini like this is fine, and it's actually all about comfort as well. So this is one of my favourite bikinis actually. I got it from TK Maxx ages ago. It's by an Australian brand, and it's just like a little top. It's not like accentuating the chest or anything. It's just cute and it's pink. Love pink. It's just like a very easy like to move around in style of bikini. And then again, like the bottoms were like full coverage bottoms. Don't go with like thong bikinis or anything, because even if they say you're without bikinis, if you think about it, you're not going to be also wanting to walk around in front of who knows what and who knows who. I also took with me some Nike full-length like swimming costumes. I can't find them and I'm kind of like, where are they? Because I hope I haven't got rid of them. But for things like colour war and for Olympics and stuff, when we're doing like swimming activities, would definitely recommend, because when you're in the water and you're like messing about and you're racing and stuff, you don't want to be conscious of like, you know, like things falling and coming undone. So I would recommend maybe taking one swimming costume. Obviously if you're a lifeguard it's completely different, but I basically lived in like bikinis and that was it, to be honest. But just make sure that your camp allowed, like, double check with your camp what the swimwear rules are. But if you are allowed bikinis, just keep in mind that you are working with children. You absolutely will want joggers, okay? Trust me when I say this. I got these flared joggers from PacSun whilst I was out there. I had one pair with me that I'd worn on the plane, but I wish I had more. You get to a point about 2 weeks realistically into the summer where you just do not care what you look like, what you're wearing. You could be wearing a lime green pair of shorts with, I don't know, an orange top, a pink pair of shoes. Like, no one cares. You're all, like, just there to have a good time, or you're tired, you know. No one overly cares too much. So I lived in joggers. If it was too hot for joggers, I lived in, like, jogger style shorts. I bought these whilst I was out there. This is another thing, is you will probably buy a lot of stuff whilst you're out there, and I actually loved that. But I got these, like, they're like cargo style shorts, but like joggers, and I must have worn these like way too much, to be honest, before they got washed properly. Or our camp did like a little sale, and these were little Chippendale shorts. How cute are these? Because we're like, our logo's a bear, so we had little bear prints on the bum. But these kind of shorts, like, easy to fly, like easy to throw on, and just wear like little tank top or whatever with them. So yeah. Speaking of tops, I wish that I'd taken way more like dressy tops. I just took like 2 bodysuits with me that were a bit like nicer, but you will end up like going out and stuff and like having meals out or having nights off like down the bar or something, so you're gonna want to like dress up, and because you haven't dressed up, you're gonna want to. You will end up probably like with your friends that you make a camp, be like, oh, have you got a top I can borrow, or something like that. But in America, they absolutely love like a little tank top. Like, they're just so good when it comes to tops. Like, this one from Motel Rocks I got for Christmas would be perfect. It's literally just pink, and then it's got like gold detailing on it. But something just like this, it's still like chill, but it's still a bit more fun, you know? I actually got this off TikTok Shop. It looks a bit crazy on camera, but I actually love it. But it's just like a bit more fun. Like, throw on a pair of like loose jeans in this. So cute. But the number one thing the Americans are actually so good at is like tank tops. This is one from White Fox and I love it. But like they just all have like the cutest little tank tops. So the more little tank tops that you can find, the better. Like, I wish I came home and I was like on a mission. I was like, my wardrobe is changing. My tops are so boring. I need tank tops. Like, I need them. But like in the UK, you can't find them anywhere. So you will just buy some once you're out there. Pyjama wise, these are the pyjamas I took with me. So they're little like shorts. These are from New Look, and then just a t-shirt. The first few nights we were there, it was like freezing. It was so cold, and then after a few days, oh my goodness, like you didn't even sleep under like any blanket or anything because it was so hot. Which was I didn't mind it. It was fine. What I will say about pajamas is, like, what you need to think about is, if one of my kids wakes up in the middle of the night, or there's a situation in the middle of the night or something, am I going to be comfortable enough in these pyjamas to like deal with that situation? So like a t-shirt and a longer pair of shorts, where like obviously I feel like for us girlies sometimes wear shorts that are a little bit like very short. So I would say a little bit longer on the shorts than normal, and like a t-shirt style top, and you'll literally be fine. I also had another pair from H&M that were like blue and white striped with little lemons on them, and it was like a little shirt, and then little shorts, and they were really cute as well. So just keep that in mind when you're finding pyjamas, is I would stick to shorts because it's going to be hot, but just think, okay, if a child's ill in the night or something happens, I'm going to have to get up and deal with it. Am I comfortable in what I'm wearing to deal with that and to like walk maybe a kid up to the health centre or something? So just think about it that way. So just like a peek so you know what I'm talking about. This is what my staff shirts looks like. They're literally just t-shirts with our logo on it, and then on the back they say staff. But I don't know about you, but I hate wearing bras. Bras are so overrated. Like, I can't be dealing with it. And like sports bras are the same sometimes. But these little cami tops from Primark that are so cheap were like the best thing ever. I literally just used to throw one of these on every day on my t-shirt, and it was like fine. So if you're like me and you hate bras, these were my go-to and still are. Like, I literally wear them all the time. I would take with you maybe 2 or 3 hoodies. It depends like how much you want to mix it up, you know. You could probably get away with 1. Once you get there, you'll probably most likely end up getting yourself a hoodie from your camp. I like love this. It's so crusty now because I've washed it so much from wearing it, but like I wish I was going back so I could get more because I kind of just love the vibe of it. You will end up finding like camp merch. I'm just becoming obsessed with buying camp merch. One thing that I didn't take with me that I wish I did was leggings. I did have like gym leggings, but I meant more for like leisure, so like, and just kind of like chilling out. I got these when I was out there. They've got like the crisscross waist, but they're just plain black flared leggings. Flared leggings were like the in thing this year, and I'm actually like low-key obsessed with them, so love these. Next up, I would recommend taking 1 pair of jeans, and then one of my favourite things that I took was I took a handful of summer dresses. I got this one from Uniqlo and it was literally perfect. I wore this around New York City one day and it was honestly the most perfect thing ever. And it's literally just like, this is what the top looks like, and it's got this stitch, I think it's called an empire waist, so it's got like a little stitch at the top, you can't quite see, and it's just very long, and you'll see it on my Instagram, but it's got a little slit on the side of it, but it was honestly perfect. So little dresses like that, they also weigh nothing and take up no room. So if you're a dress girly, love them. And then I don't have it on me, but I also got this unitard from Aritzia whilst I was out there, and oh my goodness, it was just, I just wore it everywhere. It was like the most perfect little like outfit going. So I would highly recommend taking a little unitard if you have one of those. That's kind of everything I think that I wish I knew beforehand. Realistically, every camp is going to be different. If you head to Chippendale like I did, you're not going to wear anything other than a staff shirt and a pair of shorts and your Crocs, or a pair of trainers pretty much day to day. In the evenings, you might want to throw a pair of jeans on or a hoodie on, or there might be times where you just want to wear something a bit nicer, or you'll just literally throw a hoodie on over what you've been wearing all day and maybe change out your staff shirt. Depends what you're doing. And then travelling after, I would say just keep it comfy, but like just like don't overthink it. If you have any questions or you want to know any more information or anything, just feel free to leave a comment or DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help. So yes, I hope you've had a fabulous day, and thank you so much for watching. I love you lots, and I will see you next time. Bye!